morning, everyone, and welcome to the 5th program of IT Mastermind 2013. Organized by the Computer Society of Sri Lanka and ESOFT as their strategic partners, we have over 2,000 students who tried out to be a part of this educational journey. We crunched it down to 108 students after they took part in the preliminary online competition, then to the written examinations. This is a national level quiz competition where we now have 6 students all under one roof. They came from all over the country to be here and to take part to find out who is going to become the next IT Mastermind 2013. I'd like to introduce our vibrant quiz master, Mr. Faisal Bonzo.
Thank you.
And our first 3 contestants. We have from Amal International School, Colombo, contestant number 1, Nafli Mufti. And from Zahira College, Mawanella, we have contestant number 2, Mohammed Afrar. And from Hindu Ladies College, Colombo, we have Shahani Ashraj. There are 3 more. We have contestant number 4 from Ferguson High School, Ratnapura. We have contestant number 4, Chatrika Sandami Bandara. And contestant number 5 from Faith International School, Wattala, we have Travis Patterson. And contestant number 6, we have from St. Mary's College, Trincomalee, Ariniya Vigneshwaran. Let's meet the 2 judges. We have from ESOFT Metro Campus, Colombo, Mr. Indika Amarasinghe. And student counselor of CSSL, we have Dr. Shanta Fernando. And as we begin our program number 5, I'm going to hand it over to our quizmaster, Faisal Bonzo.
Thank you very much, Anjali. A very good evening to all of you and a warm welcome to the 5th preliminary round program where today 6 contestants will once again be vying for this prestigious title, and they're representing schools from all over Sri Lanka. They will all face 4 rounds of competition, and here the winner and the runner-up will proceed on to the secondary rounds. Now each round will be judged and points will be allocated, and as always the decision of the judges will be final. But before we move on to the questions for round 1, let me tell all of you that round 1 will be posing a multiple choice question to each of you, and we will be giving you 10 points for a correct answer. Meanwhile, the other students can also register their answers via their terminals, and you can earn 3 points for each correct answer, but be mindful you can lose 2 points for each incorrect answer. So good luck to the 6 of you as we move on to questions from round 1. And here's your question, contestant number 1. What does the term LCD stand for? Is it light crystal display, liquid color display, liquid crystal display, or light color display?
Option C, liquid crystal display.
Yes, the answer is correct. Here's your question, contestant number 2. What does MICR stand for? Is it Magneto Instructional Character Reader? Is it Magnetic Ink Character Recognition? Is it Mechanical Instruction Character Reader? Or is it Magnetic Instruction Code Reader?
Answer B.
Answer B. Yes, the answer is correct. Magnetic Ink Character Recognition. Here's your question, contestant number 3. What does BCC stand for in relation to email? Is it blank carbon copy? Is it blank courtesy copy? Is it blind carbon copy? Or is it blind courtesy copy?
Answer C, blind carbon copy.
Yes, the answer is correct. Here's your question, contestant number 4. The system files reside in which component after the booting process? Is it the RAM? Is it the ROM? Is it HDD? Or is it CPU?
Answer B.
No, the answer is incorrect. It's A, RAM. Here's your question, contestant number 5. What is the name given to a network connecting devices in a small geographical area? Is it A, wide area network? Is it B, metropolitan area network? Is it C, local area network? Or is it D, personal area network?
Answer C.
Yes, the answer is correct. Local area network. And here's your question, contestant number 6. This type of internet connection might be compared to a regular telephone call in terms of its duration. Is it A, broadband? Is it B, satellite? Is it C, dial-up? Or is it D, ISDN?
C. Dial-up.
Yes, the answer is correct. And there we end all the questions for round 1. And let's find out who's going to be leading after round 1.
We just got the results from round 1. This is really interesting because we have a triple tie to see who's going to have the second place. So, with 16 points, we have from St. Mary's College, Trincomalee, contestant number 6, Ariana Vigvesharan. Also 16 points from Faith International School, Wattala, contestant number 5, Travis Patterson. And once again with 16 points, we have from Zahira College, Mavanella, Mohammed Afrar. And so far in the lead for round 1, we have with 22 points from Amal International School, Colombo, contestant number 1, Nafli Mufti. And Faisal will take us into the next round, round number 2, and let's see if we can get something situated with second and third place.
And thank you very much, Anjani. As we move on to round 2, here we'll be posing a question based on an image to each of you, where you can earn 10 points for a correct answer. And the others, remember, you can use the buzzer if you know the answer. And if the particular student does not give the correct answer, the fastest from you can give us the answer, and you've got the opportunity of doing so. Well, you can earn 5 points for a correct answer, but be careful, as you may lose 2 points for an incorrect answer. So here we go with the questions for round 2, and this is your question, contestant number 1. What is this technology that allows us to plot the exact movement of this person?
Motion sensor. A sensor which identifies the movement of a human body. Motion sensor.
Okay, the judges feel that that could be accepted as an answer. It's motion capture. Let's have a round of applause. Why not? And this is your question, contestant number 2. This type of interface used to be common in old laptops. What is it?
Infrared.
Right? The answer is considered correct. Infrared port. This is your question, contestant number 3. Who is this person?
Steve Wozniak.
Say it again.
Wozniak.
Say it again.
Steve Wozniak.
No? Well, none of you seem to have pressed the buzzer. The answer is Tim Cook, CEO of Apple. Here's your question, contestant number 4. What term is best used to describe such a facility? Well, you don't want to attempt answering that question, but number 2?
Data center.
Yes, the answer is correct. Here's your question, contestant number 5. Identify the specific name of the type of device shown here.
Ethernet card.
Well, number 1 has indicated.
Network card.
No, it's a modem or dial-up modem. Here's your question, contestant number 6. This is one of the first gaming consoles. Identify its name. Well, none of you seem to have pressed the buzzer, even though number 6 didn't attempt to answer that question. So I'll give you the answer. The answer is Atari. Well, on that, we end questions for round 2. Let's find out whether there have been any changes after 2 rounds of competition.
Here's the viewer's quiz for today's program. Let's have a look at the results from round 2. Judges, are we ready? Thank you. Okay, so earlier we had a triple tie to see who was going to get the second place. And now we have a double tie for third place. With 16 points, contestant number 6 from St. Mary's College, Trincomalee, Aranya Vigneshwaran. And as well, 16 points, we have contestant number 5 from Faith International School, Wattala, Travis Patterson. And second place, 30 points, from Amal International School, Colombo, contestant number 1, Nafli Mufti. And leading by 1 point so far in first place, we have with 31 points, contestant number 2 from Zahira College, Mavanella, Mohammed Afraf. Let's see how round 3 goes. Faisal?
Thank you very much. As we move on to round 3, so we have finished 2 rounds, 2 more rounds to go. In round 3, we will be posing a verbal question to each of you, where you can earn 10 points for a correct answer, and the others, you can use your buzzers as was done in round 2. Well, once again, here too, you can earn 5 points for a correct answer, but be mindful, you may lose 2 points for an incorrect answer. We now move on to your first question from round 3. That's to our first contestant from round 3. What is the purpose of a modem?
Converting analog signals into digital signals and vice versa.
Okay, that's considered the answer. Here's your question, contestant number 2. How many layers are there in the ISO OSI reference model?
7 layers.
Yes, the answer is correct. Here's your question, contestant number 3. What does ISDN stand for?
International Standard Digital Network.
No, the answer is incorrect. Well, number 2, you'd like to try that?
Integrated Services Digital Network.
Yes, the answer is correct. Here's your question, contestant number 4. What is the default web browser of the Linux operating system? Well, none of you seem to know the answer. It's Mozilla Firefox. Here's your question, contestant number 5. What is the technology that is used to convert a scanned image to characters? Well, here again, no one wants to attempt that question. The answer is OCR, Optical Character Recognition. And this is your question, contestant number 6. What is the technology used to locate a position on Earth via satellite? Well, you don't want to attempt that, but number 5 would like to attempt that question.
GPS technology.
Yes, the answer is correct. And there we end all the questions for round 3. Well, let's find out whether there have been any changes in placings after these 3 rounds.
Here's the viewer's quiz for today's program. I just got the results for round 3. It seems we don't have any more ties, but we have, for third place with 21 points, contestant number 5 from Faith International School, Wattala, Travis Patterson. And in second place with 40 points from Amal International School, Colombo, contestant number 1, Nafli Mufti. And in the lead so far after these 3 rounds, we have with 46 points from Zahira College, Mavanella, Mohammed Afraf, contestant number 2. Let's see how round 4 goes. Mr. Bonzo will take over.
Thank you very much, Anjali. As we move on to the final round, well, most often the final round is a very decisive round, depending on how you perform. And we move on to round 4, which is the final round. We'll be using the same style as was done in round 3, but of course the questions will be a little tougher as this is the final round. And we'd like to remind all of you that you can use your buzzers, and the points allocation will be the same as in round 3. So without further ado, here we go with the questions for round 4. And contestant number 1, what is the speed of USB 2.0?
480 megabits per second.
Yes, the answer is correct. Here's your question, contestant number 2. IDE interface was used to connect hard disks. What is the serial interface which replaced this?
SATA.
Yes, the answer is correct. Here's your question, contestant number 3. What is the simple network device that was replaced by a network switch?
Hub.
Yes, the answer is correct, hub. And here's your question, contestant number 4. What is the name given for the malware that runs on a helpful program? Well, none of you seem to know the answer. The answer is Trojan. We now move on to your question in the final round, contestant number 5. What is the capacity of a CD-ROM?
700 MB.
Okay, it's considered the answer. And this is your question in the final round, contestant number 6. What is the type of malware replicates itself to spread to other computers?
Spam.
No. Well, contestant number 2 would like to answer that question.
Worms.
Yes, the answer is correct. And there we end all the questions for today's program. Let's find out who has emerged the winner and who is the runner-up. And if these two have been chosen, they go into the secondary round of the competition. We'll be able to tell you who the winner and runner-up is of today's program.
Okay, it's an exciting moment. Let's check out the results from the final round of round 4. Judges? Thank you. Okay, and before I let you all know who the finalists are for today's program, I would like to invite 2 gentlemen to the stage. From eSoft Nigambo, I would like to invite Mr. Sachitra Deepanatha. And from eSoft Colombo, I would like to invite Mr. Raghu Kumar Tanganathan. And in 3rd place today, we have with 31 points, contestant number 5 from Faith International School, Wattala, Travis Patterson. And in the 2nd place, with 50 points, we have contestant number 1 from Amal International School, Colombo, Nafli Mufti. Awards and certificates sponsored by eSoft. And last but certainly not least, we have with 61 points in the lead, 1st place, we have from Zahira College, Mavanella, contestant number 2, Mohammed Afrar. Congratulations. And both Mohammed and Nafli will be going into the 2nd round, and they will have the chance to become the IT Mastermind of 2013. I hope you all enjoyed today's program. Please join in with us next week, same time, same place, on ITN for some more educational adventures. Thank you and good night.